Hello everybody, NikoTheLegend here to go over another Let's Talk Mass Effect discussion. And today's topic is going to be about if you had a reason to leave the Milky Way to go to the Andromeda Galaxy, what would it be? And what do I mean by that? Well, throughout the Mass Effect Andromeda game, you find out many reasons of why people go to Andromeda, leaving the Milky Way behind. You find out that everybody has their own reason, own desire, own destiny, their own destination ongoing. Whether it be fresh start, whether it be you got nothing in the Milky Way to begin with, which is really sad. Discovery, the unknown, all things, every reason that you could use to want to get away from someplace. And that seems important to me because, I myself is a kind of explorer. Like I got that adventurer blood in me, like a pirate or just like a Lewis and Clark type thing, where I want to go out and just explore the unknown myself. Like I always found that fascinating. Like I love going on hikes. I like going to different places to explore new heights and all that. So that myself, for me, wanting to go Andromeda, as scary as it would be to be in cryostasis for that many years, and I kind of gave you a little brief example of why I would go. But yeah, with me mainly, I would go just because of the unknown and the mystery and the discovery. Because going to a brand new galaxy, you just have no idea. Just like the Andromeda crew did, even with their long range scans, which were set up by the Geth, and that was 600 years ago, or prior to the events of Andromeda. And then everything was different. It was definitely not anything they expected it to be. I don't know if anybody's reading the Nexus Uprising book. That'll give you a great example of how things can go completely south. But yeah, like I've always been that way when it comes to curiosity. Curiosity killed the cat, but you know what? They have 9 lives, so you just come back and learn even more. I feel that a lot of people would do that, especially seeing many examples of different like sci-fi shows, different books, different forms of entertainment that kind of explore the unknown in our own galaxy. So you can only imagine what it's like in another galaxy. And ways of doing that to make it easier, we have different technology standards, like there's no way we can do it now. I mean, we could maybe if there was more spending in that field. Science can only come so far at a time. But I mean, hell, we've been using the same technology for the space shuttle for like over 50 years. So I mean, our freaking phones are more technologically advanced than a space shuttle. Space shuttle technology is taking its time a lot, while computers and phones are going up and beyond. Eventually, we'll probably just fly in our iPod spaceships, since the technology is getting so advanced. You just can't use wired headsets. You got to use Bluetooth. So anyway, I'm not trying to be funny or anything. God, it's just a trope. So yeah, we've seen it in like I said, plenty of shows. Like Star Trek uses like teleportation to get down to planets, to different ships, but it's got to be close by. It can't just be like I teleport on my ship all the way like across the galaxy or something. Like you have to be in proximity of it. Obviously, you have to have really, really high technology to do teleportation, considering that your molecular matter gets destroyed and then it gets rebuilt, or it gets scattered or something like that, and then it gets, you guys can correct me on that, then it gets transferred through this energy source and then it gets put back together, but you're a clone of yourself because the original you is destroyed, which that is really scary in itself. So that's just one example of how exploring a different galaxy with new technology can be, especially with cryostasis. I mean, there's probably plenty of people in the Mass Effect franchise that would be afraid of cryostasis, which could be an easy reason for not to go to the Andromeda Galaxy. But you guys, we all have our fears, right? But that's where we need the courage to go explore Andromeda. And that'd be something that I want to do. Like, I even told myself I wouldn't mind going cryostasis for 100 years and see how the world would turn out to be, because you never know. Like, you guys think it's bad now, we don't. I mean, it could be even worse in the next 100 years. I mean, shit, 600 years is a lot of time. That's crazy. I mean, it's even crazier to think that Asaris and Krogans and stuff live to be that long, which is just nutsoid. So is your reason for going to Andromeda is to increase everlasting life? Because you do halt time in cryostasis, that you're basically controlling time. So do you want to see what the world or what the galaxy holds in store for you? Do you want to build a new family on a fresh, clean slate? So, you know, I'm actually excited to hear what you guys have to say. I think the most scariest part is the unknown. That you're not going to know what the closure is going to be. Like, because you could die, no problem. I mean, you can die anytime. I could die right now during this video and have a heart attack or whatever. But usually it's pretty unlikely if you're a healthy person. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many variables that play into it. Just like you making a decision of why you would go to Andromeda, there's just be countless variables. But that didn't stop the people of Andromeda. And Jen Garson, you know, being the leader, the voice of the Andromeda Initiative, you know, like, what do you do to convince people to be like, hell yeah, let's just drop everything here, everything you've ever known, drop it, and then, well, not everything, but you know what I mean, and then come to Andromeda. Like, that sales pitch of clean slate is very, very appealing to a ton of people, a group of people, whether you be a criminal or a business person. You know, if you're a business person, you want to go out there and find the new business practice that's going to be selling things like hotcakes. Like, you'll find something that nobody else has ever encountered, and then you try to sell it and you make millions. You know, there's just so many possibilities. It's just the psychology behind it is just insane. It's like it takes a certain type of person to want to do that. I mean, a lot of times people had family in the Milky Way they left behind. I mean, that's the crazy thing. Like, it's not the same thing as like going to another planet in the galaxy or living on a spaceship, or even during, you know, in today's times, like leaving your family. You could just leave your family by going to a city over, but you have an opportunity to go see them still, if you still have a good relationship with them. Even if you're across the whole planet, like I'm in Japan and you guys are in hell in Virginia, for crying out loud, or Europe, somewhere in Europe, it's still a long way, but it's possible with, you know, plane travel and all that. And it only takes like half a day or 2 a day. It's the same thing if you're in the same galaxy, you could still do it. They do it in Star Wars, they do it in Star Trek, they do it in Mass Effect. I mean, sci-fi shows do it all the time, but never have they done a show where, well, besides that one Andromeda show with Kevin Sorbo, which I watched like maybe an episode of it and I didn't get very far because I wanted to see because they went on for a little bit and I wanted to see if it really was good, because Kevin Sorbo is, he's an okay actor. He's not amazing. He's almost on the level of like Schwarzenegger and Van Damme, as much as I love those two in movies. But yeah, just if that was your choice to leave your, you know, you're sick of your family and stuff, like that's just got to be intense stuff. Because not only that you're getting away from them, you're really, it's like Event Horizon. There's no return unless you want to go cryostasis back to Milky Way, you know. So that's Jen Garson. Just that whole, that like, think about it. Would a motivational speech like that really convince you, or it's just a push in the right direction? Would it work, or is it really a struggle with yourself to push you to go to a new place due to who knows what reason? So I want to know your guys' reason on why you would go to Andromeda, big or small. I mean, it doesn't matter. You already know mine. I just want to explore a new place, and I think it would be amazing. And this is just saying like we've already explored enough in the Milky Way, you know, kind of like how Mass Effect is. So just put yourself in the Mass Effect universe, and you know, if you had the option to leave the Milky Way, what would it be? But if you don't want to do it like that, you don't have to. You can do it like right now. What would your reason be? So this has been another Let's Talk Mass Effect discussion, I guess. So yeah, what are your reasons for wanting to go to Andromeda, leaving the Milky Way behind? I appreciate you guys for watching and listening. This has been another, I already said that, NikoTheLegend here to give you anything Mass Effect, because we still don't have any news really that's big on Mass Effect Andromeda. So these are just kind of filler videos for you guys, you know, to give you something to think about while we're waiting in dog space. All right, Pathfinders, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, all you want. I'm ready. Thanks.